What if I tell you UPSC 2024 topper Shakti Dubey ma'am would have saved her entire attempt by just learning from someone else's papers? Yes, in 2023 mains, she missed her mains cutoff just by 12 marks, which she could have learnt easily from the approach of UPSC 2022 topper Ishita Kishore. So in this video, we will be comparing the approach of UPSC 2022 topper Ishita Kishore and analyze what mistakes Shakti Dubey ma'am would have avoided in her 2023 attempt and the secrets she would have deciphered from the approach of Ishita Kishore. So by the end of this video, you will be able to exactly decipher the differences in structure, presentation and approach which has made the difference between a heartbreak and the rank 1. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So here we have the answer sheet of Shakti Dubey which she has attempted in December 2022, and here we have an answer sheet by Ishita Kishore which she has attempted in August 2022. So here the question was, the 7th schedule is a relic from the colonial past inherited from the Government of India Act 1935 which needs to be revisited for improving center-state relations. Discuss. And the question here which Ishita Kishore has attempted was, do you agree with the view that time has come to revisit the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution? Discuss with suitable example. So the question was somewhat similar. The topic is same. Both requires to discuss on the needs to revisit the 7th schedule. Right? So let's see how Shakti Dubey has attempted this answer and then we'll analyze it or compare it with the Ishita Kishore's answer. So here, as you can see, she has written an introduction where she has discussed about the 7th schedule where it has been mentioned. She has mentioned the article number, what it deals, the source of it, and contains the 3 lists. Here she has mentioned the names of the list and the number of items it contains. Okay, as the question demanded it to relate with the colonial past and the Government of India Act 1935. So in this point she has just briefly mentioned it as it has been borrowed from the Government of India Act 1935. Then she has mentioned the issues with the 7th schedule, why it needs to be revisited. So here she has mentioned the repetitive amendments as one of the reason, wasting of residuary powers with the center, federal supremacy with the center, some of the items in the union list which are not relevant, especially in the current perspective, and then she has mentioned the required reforms. Now, as you can see, the first point she has given that the former Tamil Nadu CM Annadurai has recommended that the union list should only contain very important provisions which are important to ensure unity and integrity of the country. See, this point is lesser relevant. Why? Because it is a point of view given by the former CM of Tamil Nadu. It is not given by any of the committees. It is not given by any organization or bodies, government bodies. She should have dealt it in later stage. It should not be the first point. Even the word limit here, you see it is very verbose. See, very important provisions which are important. So repetitive use of same kind of words, language very lengthy, very bulky. So this should have been avoided. So it reflects her that she was not well prepared. And she had thought this point then and there only. This shows use of this point at the very beginning shows lack of prioritization, lack of structure, and lack of preparedness. Now, in the second point, she has dealt with the second ARC report, which is an important point and it should have been placed over here. Now, let's see what she has written. Second ARC report has recommended for a fourth list for local bodies in order to ensure democratic decentralization. Then again, this point, whenever the items are shifted from one to another list, both center as well as the state should be consulted. Very bulky language. What negative impression it has created? Lack of preparedness again. Lack of command over language. Bulky arguments means breaching of word limit. Then again, she has mentioned a high-powered commission is needed to properly examine the 7th schedule. Very generic points, not given by any authority or something, so no backing on that part. Only one good point was there, that is the second ARC report reference. And that too, with the use of bulky language, the value of the point has been reduced. Now let's see what conclusion she has given. The 7th schedule, which ensures division of power, needs to be updated based on relativities of the current India. Very generic, right? So that's why she has scored lesser in 2023 attempt, because she was not well prepared. She knew the topic, but she was not prepared with the arguments, with the examples. Lack of examples or data. Issues with the effective use of language. Lack of structure. So overall, it is a perfect recipe for fetching lesser marks. Now let's see what answer Ishita Kishore has written and what she would have learned from this particular answer of hers. So in this question, Ishita Kishore has again started with almost on the similar line, but the use of language is very different. Here she also has given the significance of 7th schedule in the introduction part by using terms like federal axis, smooth governance. She has also mentioned the 3 lists, but instead of writing the number of items it contained, she has given the significance or what kind of topics or subjects a particular list has. So this has made this particular introduction a comparatively better introduction. Then she has given or dealt with the needs of revisiting the 7th schedule. So first she has given the quasi-federal nature, which has been criticized by K.C. Weaver due to its central bias. Democratic decentralization. Again, she has used the second ARC recommendations, which recommends the principle. Now see, she has given the principle of subsidiarity, whereas Shakti Dubey has used a general kind of language. She has used a language which is more relevant or effective from the polity perspective. So she knew what she has to write. Then again, she has mentioned of the emerging nature of crisis, like the disasters, terrorism, all those kind of topics or words, subjects need to be dealt in the 7th schedule now. Then she has given certain examples where the role of center needs to be enhanced, and then again diversification of a particular sector or topic in different lists, like the marketing part of agriculture sector is in the concurrent list, while agriculture itself is the state subject. It creates a lot of confusion, which needs clarity. See, the question itself requires you to focus more on the need. So that's why she has given significant arguments in the favor of need to revisit the 7th schedule. She has given around 5 arguments. While in the answer of Shakti Dubey, she has given 4 arguments, but these all were very generic in nature and lack supportive statements. Then she has given suggestive measures in the way forward format and a very to the point kind of conclusion that this can foster a federal balance. Again, the use of language is important as held in the S.R. Bommai case. So, you would have understood now what is the major difference and why she could not clear her 2023 attempt. So, these are the major mistakes she would have avoided and could have cleared the exam in 2023. First, generic nature of answers. Her answers, Shakti Dubey's answers were very generic in 2023, not very specific. Lack of examples and data backing was evident. Even the kind of language she has used was not very effective. She has used the general kind of language, very layman kind of language, which does not reflect any expertise despite being PSIR as her optional. Then lack of structure in the answers, lack of prioritization of the points, lack of understanding towards the need of the or demand of the question. So these were the major issues in her 2023 attempt. These are the few points which we all need to keep in mind and understand while analyzing the topper's answers and avoid making the similar kind of mistakes. So stay tuned for more such videos. Thanks for watching.